Hey, how's it? Peheoi, and welcome to another episode of the Cool Project Podcast, the podcast where we help you stand taller and stronger to live cool, to become the strongest version of yourself. Just as a reminder, cool simply means to stand tall, be grounded, and to exist. Aloha again, I'm your host, Daniel Aipa, and today we're going to dive into a topic that can hit home for many of us during this time of year: overcoming loneliness and practicing self-care during the holidays. We all know that the holiday season can be a wonderful time, filled with joy, festivities, and togetherness. But for some, it can also be a challenging period, especially if you're finding yourself feeling lonely or feeling like there's so much going on in your life and in the world, and how can you really enjoy all the festivities? Well, today we're going to explore some practical and simple tips to help you malama, take care of your well-being and protect your energy and peace to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Tip number 1. Establish boundaries. Now, it seems like there's something going on every week: a function, a gathering, holiday party, family get-together, meeting with friends for drinks, exchanging gifts, making sure that you have all the gifts you need to get. I'm sorry, I might be stressing you out right now, but that's just how I feel right now, basically. But this is why we need to talk about setting boundaries. It's easy to get caught up in the holiday hustle and bustle, but it's crucial to prioritize your mental health. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, give yourself permission to say no to certain commitments. Just pump the brakes a bit. Give yourself space and do something that's for yourself to rejuvenate and replenish your energy, your mana. For me, I go to the beach, or I take a hike up into the mountain, or do something creative like arts and crafts. I remember growing up, my mother always had us do some sort of arts and crafts during the holiday, whether it's making angels out of the coconut husk, putting shells on it and everything and making the wings and so forth. But we've always kept busy doing something creative with our hands during the holiday season. So it's okay to decline an invitation or skip an event if it's going to drain you emotionally. Your well-being comes first. And that goes back to what makes you feel cool, right? What makes you feel grounded? What makes you feel stronger, stand a bit taller? And if we're not taking care of our well-being, we're not being able to stand a bit taller. We don't feel as grounded. We feel like a little bit uncertain, unstable. And be honest with yourself. Listen to your na'au. Are you really going to have a good time if you go somewhere you really don't want to be or have the energy to be at? Think about it. Tip number 2, reach out. Now, on the other hand, some may feel a sense of loneliness during the holiday season. And we covered this whole epidemic of loneliness in a past podcast episode. Something that has really helped me get through times of feeling lonely is remembering I'm not alone in feeling lonely. So if at any point you are feeling lonely, please just reach out to others or to someone. It can be a simple text, call, or video chat that can make a difference in the world for you. Times where I felt lonely is when I would reconnect with old friends who I haven't spoken to in a long time. I remember reconnecting with the childhood friend that I grew up with, playing baseball and hanging out with around Kailua town and everything. And, we just quickly caught up on each other's lives to see, checking out about the kids. How are the kids doing? Checking on what they're doing for work and everything. How's work been? How's their family been? How their parents are doing? Reminiscing about our childhood days. It was just a spur of the moment kind of conversation. But after that conversation and after checking in with an old time friend, it gave me a sense of connection, and I felt more grounded and alive. I felt cool. Tip 3, create meaningful traditions. One of my favorite things to do during the holiday season is actually really hone in on my training and fitness routine. I actually train a bit harder during the holidays, not because I'm worried about gaining weight or trying to burn off all the food, but because it gives me a routine. Gives me consistency, while the holiday season brings in so much inconsistencies with the events on holiday festivities. So it's become a meaningful tradition for myself during the holiday, and maybe you can come up with your own as well. You could watch all your favorite holiday movies. I think my favorite holiday movie right now is The Grinch. The one with Benedict Cumberbatch, right? I think that's his name. Yeah. Or you can give yourself a fitness challenge or indulge in some self-care activities or start a new hobby. I've been thinking about getting into sewing. Random. I know, but it's just something that I'm thinking of trying out for this holiday. But creating personal traditions can bring a sense of purpose and joy during the season. Tip number 4, mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for self-care, especially during hectic times like the holidays. Take a few moments each day to practice mindfulness exercises such as deep breathing, meditation, or simply being present in the moment. Have you ever used the Calm App or Headspace? If you haven't, I think that's a great tool to use just to help you with your mindfulness practice. They offer a free month trial. This may be a good time for you to see if it works for you. And why not throw in some journaling while you're at it, right? This can help ground you and reduce stress, allowing you to fully enjoy the positive aspects of the holiday season. All right, I know that was a quick episode, but sometimes you just need a little nudge to stay on the path. That wraps up another episode of the Cool Project Podcast. I hope these tips help you navigate the holiday season with some cool vibes. Remember, your well-being is important, and taking small steps to malama yourself, to take care of yourself, and listen to you now can make a big difference in helping you keep it cool. As always, mahalo for your time and energy. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Wishing you much aloha, peace, and joy during this holiday season. Shoots, take it easy, and keep it cool.